Hello and welcome back to JankTech. It's my series on Star Wars Unlimited, but none of that meta sweaty stuff. Oh, no. We're doing Twin Suns, and we're going to have a few other rotation proof things in the works really soon. I'm still working on that Jar Jar deck, y'all. If you know, you know, and if you don't, well, we'll see it soon. Before I get it started, as always, I would like to ask y'all to please like and subscribe. Oh my gosh, we have over 700 subscribers at this point. That's incredible. So thank you so much. Y'all make me feel awesome for doing this kind of thing. And I'm going to keep on pumping this stuff out. So you better enjoy it. One last thing, of course, my two affiliated Discords up here, swupdx and the Nightsisters Discord, both fine organizations. One, a Pacific Northwest area Star Wars Unlimited Discord. If you want to play in this area, well, you come talk to us and, help find games, talk about previews, yada. And then Nightsisters is a less localized, more worldwide, anyone that is just basically non-men that want to discuss this game and enjoy being in a place where you can express your opinions about things. Also, sometimes I talk about Star Trek in there because I love Star Trek. Okay. Anyway, on with the episode. What do we got going on today? Well, today we have a deck that I know I've been focusing a lot on more jank builds recently, okay? Like the Lando and Bale one. Okay, yes, I know that that's one that needs some really specialized piloting and everything to line up for it to all work out just fine. But this one, I think, is a pretty solid general sort of deck. You show up with this and you're going to have a good time. This is one that my friend Faye really likes. Shout out to Faye. Hello, Faye. Hopefully we'll get to play with this one again soon. JankTech, Ariva runs through it. Yeah, I know. I apologize for nothing. So basically, in this one, we have Third Sister paired with Grand Moff Tarkin in a generic 30 health yellow base. So yeah, I know. Tarkin from the first set, Third Sister. What? Okay. So the whole idea behind this one, generally speaking, is that, well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's introduce our leaders. We got Tarkin. Tarkin, action, pay a resource, exhaust him, give an experience token to an Imperial unit. And he deploys at 5. He's a 2/7 on attack. You may give an experience token to another Imperial unit. He just can't buff himself. He can buff anyone else as long as they're an Imperial. And then, of course, Third Sister, you know her, you love her. Action, play a unit from your hand. It gains hidden for the phase. It cannot be attacked for this phase unless it has Sentinel. She deploys at 5 resources as a 5/4 hidden. And on attack, the next unit you play this phase gains hidden. And she is also an Imperial. She's a Force user. She's an Inquisitor. She's just a general all-around badass. I love Third Sister. This is one of my favorite leaders from Legends of the Force. She was my ride or die in so many drafts and sealeds. I think she's real good. I think she's going to get better once rotation happens. And her ability to deploy and then be untouchable with units attacking into her is really good. I think in a format like Twin Suns, where you are not necessarily trying to push damage all the time right out of the gate, I think Third Sister is more of an aggro leader in other formats. In this one, you can let her simmer. You can keep Third Sister on the back burner, deploy her later on at 6, 7, 8 resources, and use her to close the game. I think that's where she is the strongest. But the other cool thing that we do, and what makes this such a neat deck, is that we use Third Sister to play Imperials hidden. We leave 1 resource open so we can then use Tarkin to buff those Imperials with an experience. So this just gives us extra insurance that the Imperial units that we play are going to be protected. They're going to get stronger. They're going to be harder for people to deal with. And we're going to try to play one of those every single turn to make sure that eventually we're just going to have a bunch of guys on the table that are big, that no one wants to be, no one's going to be able to deal with. And it's not going to look super threatening at first. Like, this is a deck where we're playing a bunch of little guys, but before you know it, it's like, oh my gosh, oh geez, we have to deal with this Imperial onslaught problem. So let's go through the deck. What's in here? Why did I put all this junk in here? We got 80 cards. That's right, we're actually at 80. I did build very thematically for this deck. So there are a couple cards in here where I'm going to say there is literally a better version of this card available, but being that I picked everything that had a stormtrooper on it or referenced Imperials doing something underhanded, it's like, okay, we'll give you the substitutions to tighten this up a little bit more if you don't want to just indulge yourself thematically. So let's get it started. We got a bunch of ground units. Got a bunker defender. Every single unit, by the way, is an Imperial. You do not have to think with this deck. You play a unit, you can use Tarkin to pay 1 and put an experience on it, or use him to put an experience on it when he attacks. It's just that easy to think about. One of the clutch moves in this, before I get started too much with all these other Imperials, is that since Third Sister is an Imperial, if you feel like deploying them both on the 5 resource turn, you can deploy Third Sister first, give her an experience with Tarkin, deploy Tarkin, attack with Tarkin, give her another experience, hit somewhere for 7. It's not the worst move in the world, but I think she's better when you save her to close the game out. Now that I got that out of the way, Bunker Defender. Imperial Trooper 2-1 for 1 when you control a vehicle. This gains Sentinel. Easy. We like 1-cost units in this deck. 1-cost units mean you play it turn 1. You give it an experience with your other resource. Boom, boom, boom. No problem. Death Star Stormtrooper, same thing. This guy's a classic 3-1 for 1. No, I think you mean a 4-2 for 2. Still pretty dang good. ISB Agent. 1-3 when played, you may reveal an event from your hand. If you do, deal a damage to a unit. It's not a huge amount of damage, but we do have 19 events in here, so you will be able to ping things. Snowtrooper, y'all are going to see a whole bunch of Intro Battle Hoth in here. I really like the Intro Battle Hoth set. I think Intro Battle Hoth is such a good starter product for people that have never played this game before, but I think that there are some cards that are great for inclusion in a deck like this. The Snowtrooper, exactly what I'm talking about. It's got the flip stats from the Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper's a 3-1, Snowtrooper is a 1-3. They're both red, black troopers. This guy's a bit more durable, but you play it for 1, you stick an experience on it with Tarkin, you're looking at a 2-4. You can keep putting stuff on. Like, Tarkin doesn't have a limit. And also, they just look cool. Like, come on. Like, these guys are so cool looking. I know. It's, like, literally cool. I think the art on these guys is real neat. So, nice. Mahdi. We got to have Mahdi in there. 1-1. When defeated, you may ready a villainous unit. Most of all the Imperials, not all of them, but most of them are villains. Mahdi can die and kill him. Mahdi can die, and when he's killed, you get to ready him. Great. Awesome. That means readying Third Sister. That's probably the biggest priority unit with Mahdi. But if you can just get a big swing, or if you can ready Tarkin and put an extra experience on something else to buff it even more. Like, the cool thing about Mahdi is just you can kind of use him tactically. Admiral Ozzel, overconfident. Oh yeah, we got all the Ozzles. You want Ozzel, you got it. Ozzel fans, rejoice, your time is here. This is a classic Ozzel. Action, exhaust, play an Imperial unit from your hand. It enters play ready. Each opponent may ready a unit. Obviously, you want to save Ozzel for when you have the initiative, or everyone else has already taken the initiative, blast plan, all that stuff. Getting stuff out ready is huge, although, of course, you get dinged real bad if you do this at the wrong time and Ozzel all of a sudden readies a whole bunch of other stuff. But again, this is a fun tactical thing where sometimes you can negotiate with other people and be like, hey, would you like a ready unit? You're not sending that my way, right? Yeah, he's great. I love Ozzel. Crosshair, filled with doubt. 2/3 on attack. You may deal 1 damage to another friendly unit. If you do, deal 2 damage to the defending player's base. Crosshair, again, for a 2 cost, he does a lot of damage. You can give him an experience to make him hit even harder. We're talking 5 damage per swing now. Oh my gosh. And the cool thing about being able to put experience on your other units is that they can absorb that damage from crosshair. He can keep hitting minimum 4 to base every time, or you swing crosshair into a sentinel and he still does damage to base. He's just a fun, cool dude. I mean, he's kind of doubtful about what he's doing, but we can enlist him in Imperial services for now. First Legion Snowtrooper, another classic, 2/3 when attacking a damaged unit. This unit gets +2/+0 and gains overwhelm. These guys are great. The fact that they get bigger when something gets damaged, and in this format, something's generally damaged, then it just turns into a much bigger threat, especially when it gets an experience on it. General Taggy, people say his name all kinds of ways, but like when it comes down to it, he's a 2/2 for 2, and he gives experience to up to 3 trooper units. I put every single Imperial trooper that I could in here, so chances are good you're going to get at least 2 XP out of this guy. Pretty good. Speaking of a trooper, the new Imperial Dark Trooper, a 3/3 for 2, and it's a droid, which makes it even bleep bloop cooler. Yeah, these guys are great. I think this is going to be a standard in in green villainy until Sec rotates out. I think it's going to be a great Twin Suns card. I mean, a 3/3 for 2 is awesome. Like, Heroism players got that in the first set. We finally got it. Green villain players rejoice. Imperial Dark Troopers here. Oh yeah. Do Incinerator Trooper. Oh, this guy from the starter deck with Moff Gideon, 2/2 for 2 while attacking. This unit deals combat damage before the defender. This is awesome. So as long as you can hit hard enough to kill something, which hopefully you can because you're going to stack experience on it, then boom, no problem. This guy is great. Seasoned Shore Trooper, the tastiest kind of Shore Trooper. Yeah, that joke goes for these guys too. 2/3 for 2, but if you have 6 or more resources, this gets +2/+0. Great in the early game, great in the late game. Easy to juice up with Tarkin. Oh yeah. Snowtrooper Lieutenant, 2/2 for 2. When played, you may attack with a unit. If it's an Imperial unit, it gets +2/+0 for the attack. Everything's an Imperial. No need to think. You just play this guy and boom, go to base with something else big. Like, if you deploy Tarkin and play the Snowtrooper Lieutenant, you hit for 4, you put an experience on something. It is wonderful. Oh my gosh. This is a fun one to play hidden with Third Sister because let's say you played an Imperial on your first turn. Take the initiative. Play Snowtrooper Lieutenant with hidden second turn and attack with the Imperial you played your first turn for a bonus. Mwah, love it. Vinay, I live to serve, or as we like to say, Vinay, because, you know, he's kind of got a fancy name. 2/4, when played and on attack, you may defeat an experience token on a friendly unit. If you do, give an experience token to a friendly unit. So we can just repopulate all of our experience. We can trickle Tarkin's experience indirectly back to him. We can attack with one thing that's got experience on it, then attack with Vinay, and then give the experience to something else from the thing that already attacked. Vinay is great in this deck. Yes. Viper Pro Droid, another classic, 3/2 for 2. Look at an opponent's hand. It gets obnoxious really quick once you start stacking experience on it. Yes, please. Academy Disciplinarian, when played, you may deal 1 damage to a friendly unit with 2 or less power and ready it. All kinds of units fit that description here. And a 3/4 for 3 isn't bad once you get past the 1 played ability. So it's like you want to put experience on this guy. You want him hanging around too, yelling at the rest of your troops. Love him. Again, this is a good one to play hidden because its 1 played effect is likely going to ready something else. And we'll want to keep the Academy Disciplinarian safe so he can start swinging for us later on. Oh yeah, clumsy as he is, stupid. I love this Ozzel so much. 3/1. So he's got like a little Hank Hill butt. How have I not said something as a Hank Hill butt yet? Oh my gosh. Ozzel dies so easy, but when defeated, each opponent discards a card from their hand. Y'all, I love this so much. Like, yeah, like it's also fun to juice him up with an XP and swing bigger, but we're playing Ozzel because we know he's going to die. It is nice to play him with Hidden so he can at least survive a little longer, so he can die trading with a thing that we also want to die. But pretty much whenever he dies, it's going to be great in this format. Like, having cards in your hand is really important. Captain Enoch, Captain of the Guard, 1/5 gets +1/+0 for each trooper unit in your discard pile. We've already seen a bunch of troopers up here, so as long as we can just keep on playing troopers early game, they're gonna die. Enoch's gonna be bigger and badder and harder to deal with. Cell block guard, you know it, you love it. It's a sentinel. You bring out the sentinel, you stick experience on it. Everybody is like, ooh, you're super cool. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna attack you. Daro Commander, a less notable card from Secrets of Power. I think this is a great card in Limited. I think it's a pretty good card in this deck. A 3/4 with Overwhelm, it's only going to get bigger, y'all. We're going to keep on putting experience on that bad boy. E-Web Gunner, now you're talking, intro battle Hoth. You're giving it, like this, again, intro battle Hoth, y'all. 0/4 raid 4. That Tuckus is huge, okay? Like, look at the butt on this guy. You stick a few XP on there. Oh my gosh. You play this on your 4 resource turn, Hidden. You put an experience on it. It's swinging for 5 next turn. Like, it's basically like Third Sister size. Like, but slightly less hard to kill. Slightly less easy to kill. We got there. Fifth Brother. Of course, Fifth Brother. 2/4 gains raid 1 for each damage on him. On attack, you may deal 1 damage to this unit and 1 damage to another ground unit. This is a cool one to ready with Academy Disciplinarian because you get the synergy with the damage ability already on him. Of course, every time you put experience on Fifth Brother, that's another ping you can give somewhere else. That's another damage that gives him more raid. He's just great. He's just so great. And I'm not going to say it every single time, but there's so many units that are great for you to play Hidden with Third Sister to make it so they're more likely to survive. And Fifth Brother is definitely one. Like, he is so good. He's one of those uncommon units that punches above his weight class, that's for sure. General Veers, 100% you play him with Hidden because Veers is always a target. Other friendly Imperial units get +1/+1. You mean my entire deck gets +1/+1? Yeah. Like, Veers is one of those units that you protect him at all costs. You play Sentinels. You put experience on him. You use Hidden to make him hidden. Like, we want Veers to stay alive because that is so much more damage that we can pump out. Grand Inquisitor. This unit's awesome, y'all. A 3/4. Already hidden, raid 1, other friendly Inquisitor units gain hidden. That part's not super relevant. We do have a couple other Inquisitors in this deck. The chances of the giving them hidden are low. Third Sister's already hidden. But yeah, we do have the ship. We've got what's her face, Seventh Sister in there. So there's a few. But most of the time you're just playing them because a 3/4 for 3 with hidden raid 1 is awesome. And more experience, always good. Phase 3 Dark Trooper, we love these guys. This is just like one of the most fantastic units that was in that Moff Gideon precon. 3/3 Sentinel, just like the Cell Block Guard. But when combat damage is dealt to it, given an experience. So this guy can potentially get a bunch of experience stacked on it. Interesting thing about the way Hidden works, Sentinels don't work with Hidden. So you don't want to play your Sentinels with Hidden unless you would like them to not function. So I usually don't hide them. I think they're better out in the open. Wingman Victor 3, either a 4 or 3 for 3, which isn't bad. Or piloting 1, when played as an upgrade, you may give an experience token to another unit. So this is awesome. It does a bunch of things that we want. You play this on an Imperial ship. You give an experience to any other thing that's not the thing that Wingman Victor 3 is piloting. And then you can use Tarkin to buff this one up. It's a bunch of good things that we want in this deck. The AT DP Occupier 3/4, but for every damaged ground unit, costs 1 less. This is Twin Suns. Things are damaged. You're likely going to get a discount. And it has Overwhelm, which is great because you're going to stack a bunch of experience on this. Yes, yes, yes. Lycaine False Convert 3/6 Raid 1. This is great. Like, I would play her just for that. But also, when played, look at 3 enemy resources. You may defeat one of them. If you do, its controller puts the top card of their deck into play as a resource and readies it. So if you are playing against decks that you suspect are smuggling, are plotting, are doing bail and hunter shenanigans. Oh, I mean, like, if you see someone doing hunter shenanigans, you kind of want to see if they're going to get away with it, if everyone lets them. Because, you know, I think Hunter's biggest enemy is himself most of the time in this game. We'll make him work, though. We got like a bajillion Chewbacca's and Choppers at this point, counting Lawless Time coming out soon. So, in any case, I like that you get the choice of whether you want to defeat the resources or not. I think this card is good. And of course, being that she's Imperial, she can also get experience on her from Tarkin. She can get real big. I mean, 3/6, like, she's going to be hard to kill too. Love her, love her, love her. It's Tarkin. You got to have Tarkin. Come on, y'all. Of course, we're putting Tarkin in here. 2/3, when played, search the top 5 cards of your deck for up to 2 Imperial cards, reveal them and draw them. That's great. We want Imperials. We're playing Imperials. So he just gives us more of what we love. The Hoth Lieutenant. Oh, yeah. Intro Battle Hoth, baby. I'm going to keep on saying it. Intro Battle Hoth. A 3/4 for 4. When played, you may attack with another unit. It gets +2/+0 for this attack. It's like the Snow Trooper Lieutenant, but like slightly beefier, and works on things that aren't Imperials. I mean, we don't care about non-Imperials in this deck, but, you know, you can play this in other decks, and it's still awesome. Yeah, love the Hoth Lieutenant. Another good one to come in hidden, so you can juice it up after you've already used its one-played ability. Moff Gideon, I like this unit a lot in Twin Suns. I think this is one where nobody wants it swinging at them. He's a 5/4 for 4. Which, again, we've gotten past the square block of stats. You know, if your cost in the upper left corner and your damage and your HP are all the same number, like, that's okay. Like, and once you get bigger numbers than that, for either of the rather blue stats, then you're like, okay, this is starting to get good. When this unit deals combat damage to an opponent's base, each unit that opponent plays this phase costs 1 more. That's great because we are playing slightly behind the curve here. Like, I've talked about curve before in a few of my other videos. This is one where we are playing cheaper units than our opponents on a turn, generally speaking, because we want to improve them with Tarkin and Third Sisters letting us do it. So any chance that we can get, pretty much just Moff Gideon here, to make it harder for other people to do stuff, we want to do that. And of course, he's an Imperial. He's such an iconic guy. We just want him in this deck. Like, look at how cool he is with that Darksaber. Come on, y'all. Give him a chance. Sand Trooper Cavalry, 2/6 grit. It is an Imperial. It's also a trooper. It's also a creature. Like, I just like calling it a lizard. Anytime I can call someone a lizard, I'm going to do it. You get some experience on this bad boy. You put, what is the name of this event? You consume this thing by the dark side. Whew. Oh my gosh, you are just looking at some grossness here. I love this card. I think it's a very cool looking card. And of course, since it's a common, you can get the hyperspace version of it. Nice and cheap on the secondary market. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. Like, there's so much emphasis on this beautiful lizard here. Okay. It's Rampart. He's a 3/6 on attack. You may disclose green, green, and black. If you do, give an experience token to each of up to 2 other units. Well, we've got a decent amount of green cards in this deck. That ability might not fire all the time, but even if it doesn't, then we still have a 3/6 that we can make bigger. Like, he's got a big butt. Rampart he's going to do good for you. Just make sure that you carefully think about what's in your hand. Part of the reason I wanted to put him in is because I have his prestige, which I think looks really cool. And I don't think enough people use Rampart in general. I mean, I guess maybe not. I haven't really been playing this game competitively this set, so maybe there are some Rampart lovers out there. But I'm gonna guess it's all probably still like, I don't know, Shadows of the Galaxy Han Solo, and I don't know, blue-green villainy with Power of the Dark Side turn 2. We got Rook. 3/6 shielded. When this unit deals combat damage to a non-leader unit while attacking, defeat that unit. Magic players, you know it, you love it. It's Death Touch, baby. And if you're not a Magic player, you've made a great decision. Hey-yo! Okay. I haven't talked smack about Magic in a while, so, you know, you get one in every once in a while. In any case, one of Rook's downfalls is him getting killed before he has a chance to attack into things. But with Third Sister, we bring him in hidden. Nobody's going to attack him. He's got a bigger likelihood of getting to a point where he can swing into things and just kill them. Love it. 7th Sister, 3/6 Saboteur. When this unit deals combat damage to an opponent's base, which is highly likely, being that she is a Saboteur, you may deal 3 damage to a ground unit that opponent controls. We like that. We like getting to do damage to other people's stuff, maybe even kill it. A 3/6 is not the most amazing. Obviously, she's meant to work with the Spark of Rebellion Grand Inquisitor leader, so she can be readied because she's got 3 or less power. But in here, you put some experience on her, and she's going to do all right for you. ATST 6/7 Overwhelm. Now, this is something that you want to play ready with Ozzel when you have the initiative. Oh my gosh. Like, you plunk this thing out, and people are going to be like, that common from the first set, oh, geez, I don't want to have to deal with that. And you're just like, ha, 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 you've underestimated me for the last time. It's Darth Vader. It's a Darth Vader pilot. This card's awesome. You'll know it. You'll love it. It's a 7/7 for 6 or a 3-cost pilot that lets you ping stuff and makes things big. It's awesome. I wish I had more than one of them, but this card's still like pretty expensive. Oh man, Vader's great. He's so great. Like, just the ping, if you're able to finish something off with the ping, getting to ping a unit or a base, you just spread the Vader love all over the place. It's just awesome. This card is so cool. So yeah, we're going to want to stick this on our vehicles as soon as possible. Like, we do have a few vehicles on the ground, but we've got a few more in space too. I didn't go buck wild with space. This is more of a ground Imperial assault. But, you know, we are going to want to play a few space units in here just so nobody gets the drop on us. We got the new Tarkin unit. That's right. We got like so many Tarkins. We could have 3 Tarkins out at once. I didn't put the vehicle Tarkin in. We're not doing 4 Tarkins. That's too much. There's too many Tarkins. When played, take control of an enemy non-leader vehicle unit. When this unit leaves play, that unit's owner takes control of that unit. So he's got kind of a specialized ability. We're not going to need it all the time. But there are some times when someone is going to play some big old chonkus, and we are going to be like, no, that is my chonkus. Sorry, Krennic, this is my Death Star now. So a lot of times you'll probably resource him, but I think sometimes you're just like, oh my God, this is the guy that's going to save my butt. It's Vader, commanding the First Legion. You know him, you love him. This card used to be $80 or whatever. I'm glad it's not that much more. But I mean, I only own one. I think one's good enough. That's what I like so much about this format. You only need one. Oh my gosh. 5/7 Ambush. When played, search the top 10 cards of your deck for any number of villainous units with combined cost 3 or less and play each of them for free. Of course, the dream with Vader is to get like a snowtrooper lieutenant so you can attack with something else and get major action economy. But there's plenty of cheap bad guys that you're going to love to see here. Tag is a fun one to fetch. The Outland type Vanguard is a good one. Just like anything that has a cool one played ability, you're going to want Vader to fetch it for you. Or maybe it'll be one of our Sentinels. Like there's all kinds of good stuff. So 10 cards is a lot to search from. Guaranteed you're going to find something good. we got Grand Admiral Thrawn, the Grand Schemer, Mr. Paragraph over here. 7 cost 8/7. When played, an opponent may choose a non-leader unit they control. If they do, this unit captures that unit. If they don't, ready this unit. When defeated, a friendly unit captures an enemy non-leader unit in the same arena. So he gives you some good bargaining power. Of course, you don't want to play this against a token deck because you're basically going to waste your time with it. Again, Thrawn, like this Tarkin, is not necessarily the best unit all the time, but when you need him, he is awesome. And then we got the Elite Squad. I've got like a bajillion of these because I keep pulling them out of the weekly play packs. I think they're cool. I think this is a good deck for them because they are your top-end Imperial Trooper, 6/8 with grit. When played and when damage is dealt to this unit, you may deal 2 damage to another unique unit. Great. They can shoot stuff. They just look like a bunch of cool guys in the woods. Like, what more could you want from it? We're giving them a shot here, y'all. This is one of those, it might not necessarily be the best card in here, but, like, where else are you going to put this card? And I think it can be a fun one as top end in this deck. Moving on, we got some space units. We got the Screeching TIE Fighter. This thing, on the other hand, is good all the time. You play a villain yellow Twin Suns deck, you put it in here. Every single villain yellow Twin Suns deck should have this card in it forever. 2/1 for 1. Easy to put an experience on your first turn. On attack, you may choose a ground unit. If you do, it loses its keywords and can't gain keywords for this phase. That gets rid of Sentinel. That gets rid of Saboteur. That gets rid of Grit. There's so many things that this helps you deal with. So it's obviously going to be a super primo target for your buddies at the table. But you bring it in hidden with Third Sister, and you don't have to worry about it as much. Yeah, this card's awesome. Like, oh my God, this card's awesome. Tile End Fighter. Wow, it's like this, but doesn't have as many good things. It's still a 2/1 for 1 that you can put an experience on, making it a 3/2 for 2 in space, which isn't bad. I think since Jump to Lightspeed, and then after that, we've started to raise our standards for what acceptable space units are. I think the developers nerfed space unit stats a little bit in the first few sets compared to ground units. And space units have come a ways, but still, I think just a 2/1 for 1 in space, because people generally don't play as much space stuff, is still great. You get this out turn 1, you're not going to have a bad time with it. So, just I'm still going to bring this little beauty to the ball. That's what I'm saying. Okay, we got an Outland TIE Vanguard. Now you're talking. This card in this deck, such a solid turn 2 play. You bring it in hidden. You give an experience to your first turn play, and then you use Tarkin to give an experience either to your first turn play and swing with it with 2 experience on it, or you give that second experience to the Outland TIE Vanguard. Either way, it's great. I love this card in this deck. Scouting TIE Fighter is that intra battle Hoth I see. Yeah, we just took all the TIE Fighters in here, y'all. It's slightly more durable than the Tile N. And, like, yeah, we're going to have every single TIE Fighter that we can. So, you're going to see this. You're going to be like, okay, it's not bad. Just stick some experience on it. It's going to be fine. It's like, it's just a good workhorse of the deck. Surface Assault Bomber, another intro battle Hoth, 1/3 raid 1. You start putting experience on that. Whew. Oh man, like it's this good stuff. I think these also just look super cool. Like, I was always a huge fan of this design, so I'm glad that they finally have this kind of TIE fighter in this game. Yeah, love it in this deck. And speaking of which, it's a regular TIE bomber. You know it from the Jump to Lightspeed Boba Fett deck, but it's great here too. 0/4 for 2. On attack, deal 3 indirect damage to the defending player. You start getting experience on this thing, its butt gets unmanageably large for a teeny tiny unit. I love the TIE Bomber. You stick a pilot on it. Ugh, it's so good. Having a 4-size butt for a turn 1 play is just like the best. It's the Lurking Tie. Yeah, of course, we're in yellow. We're going to play the Lurking Tie, one of those cards that you play in Twin Suns, and everybody's like, no, no, not the Lurking Tie. We got to do something about the Lurking Tie. Yes, you're going to be the one that people have to do something about because you are a threat with your cool 2/2 raid 2, can't be captured, damaged, or defeated by enemy card abilities. God, I love the Lurking Tie so much. I'm not going to miss it when it rotates out of Premiere, though. But you know what? That's what Eternal formats are for. That's what Twin Suns and Trilogy and other janky unnamed formats. Prototype Tie Advanced. It's just a 4/3 for 3. We stick experience on it. We bring it out hidden so it doesn't immediately die. Everyone's happy. 7th Fleet Defender. 3/2 shielded. We bring that out hidden so its shield doesn't pop immediately. We stick an experience on it. It's going to get obnoxiously big real quick. Victor Leader, not the strongest card in the deck. I will admit that now, but it'll buff your other space units. You're probably only going to have a few. It's also got a reasonably sized butt for what it costs. So yeah, this is one of those cards that I think if you don't want to go completely by the theme, you could probably change to something a little bit more effective, but I like it. It's going to stay in here. So, there it is. The Scythe. I hinted about this earlier. It's a 3/5. Look at all those traits. Imperial Vehicle, Transport, Inquisitor. The Grand Inquisitor unit can make this hidden. Well, Third Sister's going to make it hidden anyway. It's going to be fine. On attack, you may give another friendly Inquisitor unit +2/+0 for the phase. You mean our cool Third Sister leader that now is going to swing for not 5, but 7? Heck yeah. She does have to be deployed when you attack with this, so you have to make sure to sequence everything well. But yeah, this is another good one to bring in hidden and just be like, okay, cool. That makes it more likely we're going to be able to do our chain of deploy Third Sister, put an experience on something, attack with Scythe, buff Third Sister, attack with Tarkin, buff Third Sister. You can really set up some big gross turns with that kind of thing. Shuttle ST-149, y'all know we gotta have this in here. 3/4 shielded. When played, when defeated, you may take control of a token upgrade on a unit and attach it to a different eligible unit. Wait, token upgrade, an experience that Tarkin is given to everything? Oh yeah, you better believe it. Tie Advanced, you'll love to see the Tie Advanced. 3/2, when played, give 2 experience tokens to another friendly Imperial unit. Again, any of your guys. That experience goes to anyone. That goes to Tarkin. That goes to Third Sister. That goes to our leaders. That's awesome. Yes. Eye of Scion. 4/7, hidden, ambush, overwhelm, restore 1. Obviously, this is the Morgan Elsbeth ship, but we're going to use it in here because we like getting keywords. We like restoring. We like overwhelming. We like ambush. Again, it's more of a top end thing. I think it has more of a niche. It's more niche in this deck, but it is nice being able to hit something a little bit, be hidden, get that restore, get an experience on it, and then hopefully hit again with it the next turn. I mean, it's either that or somebody spends their whole turn removing it. So, either way, I think we're ahead here. And the Gladiator Star Destroyer. 5/6, when played, give a unit Sentinel for this phase. Yeah, there's not a ton of Sentinels in here, so it's nice to be able to give other things Sentinel. I feel like this deck in some ways incentivizes people to hit our base because we don't want our units to get hit with Third Sister's ability, of course. So being able to once in a while say, okay, no, we need Sentinel. So you'll notice this is it. This is the top end. This doesn't have big triangles in it, which hurts me as someone that likes Piet, but it doesn't really fit with the style of play that this deck has. We much, much, much more want we want to overwhelm with numbers in this deck. So that is why we don't have any bigger, chunkier capital ships. All right, we got some events. Got apology accepted. Come on, this is Imperial deck. We're going to have Vader choking some Imperials. Or, choking them a little and be like, Okay, Captain Nita. All right. Defeat a friendly unit. You may give 2 experience tokens to a unit. This is great. I mean, the dream is to use this on Admiral Mahdi and then ready third sister, who now has 2 more experience on her. But there's like plenty of other things that are great. Just basically attack with the guy, kill it, and buff something else up, and then attack with that. Boom. Fully armed and operational. I mean, you have to say it like fully armed and operational. Like, you know, like you're that gross Palpatine from the end of Return of the Jedi. Oh, yeah. If an opponent attacked your base during their previous action this phase, play a unit from your hand to give it ambush for this phase, and it's a plottable card. I think in this deck, it may not make as much sense to plot it out because usually the 5 resource turn has a lot going on with playing units that we want to buff, maybe getting an extra experience with Tarkin, deploying Tarkin, putting another experience on something with Tarkin. So having this in your hand to give something ambush for when the base pretty much guaranteed gets attacked, then I think that's not a bad call. Also, y'all, like the artwork is just like one of the coolest artworks from Secrets of Power. I love this so much. Like, oh my God. Go for the legs. Exhaust an enemy ground unit. Yeah, it's a 1-cost card from Intra Battle Hoth. There's better cards than this, but we're going for theme here. We're exhausting, like it's, you know, it's a walker getting tripped up. Imperials have walkers. You see where I'm going. Like there's other cards that you can play that are cheap. Exhaust a guy cards, like Bog Down and Procedure is probably going to be like a better one. Or even the one that I always sing, Take My Breath Away. The one where they have to pay resources or exhaust something and it costs 0. I'll remember it after I'm done with this video. In any case, we're going theme here. Not everything has to be exactly perfect. We're going for the legs. Precision fire. Oh yeah, we gotta have precision fire. Attack with a unit, it gains saboteur. If it's a trooper, it gets +2, +0. So yeah, this is great. This does so many things we want. Of course, there's a stormtrooper on the card, which just sweetens the deal. But being able to punch through something when you need it the most, especially if you save Third Sister's deploy until late game, everyone's got sentinels down. You're just like, I'm going to deploy Third Sister. And everyone's like, Third Sister, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi over here. We got this, we got that. You're like, precision fire, boom, right to base. Unfortunately, she's not a trooper, so she doesn't get the bonus. But sometimes that's all you need is like 5 to base. Psychometry. I like this card. I think when you are building what they call tribal decks, that's a magic term, meaning if you're building things where all the units are like the same trait, you know, we're building an Imperial deck, or if you're building like an Underworld deck or a creature deck or whatever, Psychometry is a great card for that. Choose another card in your discard pile, because remember, playing an event means you announce the card, you put it in your discard pile, and then you do the thing. So it's always weird to be reminded of that because nobody ever plays them like that. But, you know, since that is how it actually works, I always think of it when I read this card. Choose another card in your discard pile. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for a card that shares a trait with the chosen card. Reveal it and draw it. You're probably going to look for an Imperial because everybody is an Imperial. And it's easy to say, okay, let's just search the top 5 cards of the deck for an Imperial. Boom. Easy. Done. Same thing. Recruit. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for a unit. Reveal it and draw it. It's like almost the same card as Psychometry, but you get 2 of them in here now. Consumed by the Dark Side. Oh my gosh, I love this card. 2 costs, give 2 experience tokens to a unit, then deal 2 damage to it. Obviously, this is the best if you can use it on a unit with grit. But even if you don't, it's fine. Like, you're doing 2 more damage, and you still have the same amount of health as before. Man, I love this card. Keep fighting. Ready a unit with 3 or less power. There are plenty of units in this deck that this will work on. And the cool thing about this one in particular is you attack with something. You keep fighting. You put an experience on it with Tarkin. Now it hits for even more. Awesome. Shoot down, just a little bit of removal. There's not too much space stuff in this deck, so we want shoot down to deal 3 damage to a space unit. If that unit is defeated this way, you may deal 2 damage to a base. You could hit your own base if you really wanted to, but I recommend someone else's. Target the main generator. Yeah, this you could put Daring Raid instead, and if you want to build a good deck, you probably should put Daring Raid in here instead. It's 2 cost, deal 2 damage to a base. Daring Raid is 1 cost and deals 2 damage to a unit or a base. It's objectively better. I understand that. But this is like, General Veers is blowing up the main generator. We are playing the Imperials. We're going to go in there targeting the main generator, and we're going to have a really fun time doing it. Yeah, if you bring this deck to a high stakes Twin Suns match where everybody's super serious about it, yeah, this is not a card that belongs in the deck. But if you just want to have fun, and I play this game to have fun, then you should target the main generator. Enjoy it. It's going to be great. Evil is everywhere. Defeat a unit with cost equal to or less than the number of villain aspect icons among friendly units. We're going to hopefully have a lot of villains, as we could see going down the line here. Almost every single one of our units is a bad guy. Oh my gosh, it's like the Empire is bad or something. We should hopefully be able to kill something pretty easily. The cool thing about this is it doesn't care about anything other than cost. It could have a bajillion HP. It could have bajillion shields. Whatever. Evil is everywhere. We're done. Gone. If that's a 2 cost with a Darksaber on it and a shield, we've got 2 guys out and they're both bad. So yeah, get it out of here. Now there are 2 of them. This is one of those cards that I think is useful sometimes a lot, and a lot of times isn't going to be as useful. If you control exactly 1 unit, play a non-vehicle unit from your hand that shares a trait with the unit you control. It costs 5 less. You don't really want to be down to just 1 Imperial, but if you are and all you have is a higher cost one, then this one can save your bacon. This one can get you the elite squad a couple turns early. So it's again like the 6 cost Tarkin unit, like the bigger Thrawn unit. It's not the most general purpose card, but sometimes when this thing hits, it hits hard, y'all. And also it's a bunch of bad guys, a bunch of bad Imperials on there. Well, Sith, but Siths are affiliated with the Empire. Y'all get what I mean. It's a bad guy card, and it's gonna be open fire, basic removal. It's got a bunch of stormtroopers on it. 3 costs to do 4 damage to a unit. Yeah, of course, open fire. Sweep the area. Yeah, we're stormtroopers. We're sweeping the area. Return up to 2 non-leader units in the same arena with a combined cost of 3 or less to their owner's hands. So you can get a couple guys sometimes, which is great. I'm just sighing because sometimes Star Wars politics just remind me of the real world. And, primarily this is a game that I just like to focus on because it's Star Wars. So, we'll just leave it at that. Take captive. A friendly unit captures an enemy non-leader unit in the same arena. This card is great. It's basic removal. And there's a good guy being captured here. And we're the Imperials with this deck. We're capturing the good guys. With thunderous applause, give a unit +2/+2 for this phase. You may disclose green. If you do, give another unit +2/+2 for this phase. I mean, yeah, I guess it's like the Republic or whatever, but it's they're bad guys. It's fine. It's close enough. Maximum firepower. Now we're talking. A friendly Imperial unit deals damage equal to its power to a unit. Then another friendly Imperial unit deals damage equal to its power to the same unit. Just blast them until they are nothing but a red mist. Blech. Funny thing enough, you can use psychometry with maximum firepower to get an Imperial. How cool is that? Remnant Reserves, search the top 5 cards of your deck for up to 3 units, reveal them, and draw them. Awesome. We like units. We want lots of them. It's like, this is a good like late game sort of card. You getting 3 units that you can likely play, most of them in the same turn, maybe all of them in the same turn, if you run out of stuff later, is pretty good. And Overwhelming Barrage, such a classic. Give a friendly unit +2/+2 for this phase, then deals damage equal to its power, divided as you choose among any number of other units. We all know this card. We all love and or hate this card. I think the I think the hyperspace version of this is still like a decent amount of money on the secondary market for an uncommon, but you know, that's just because this thing is in every single green villainy deck. It's a great card. It's heavy on the Imperial theme. We're for it. We are for it here for sure. All right, and we got some upgrades. Infiltrator's skill, attached unit gains Saboteur, +1/+1 as well. This one doesn't go as much with the Imperial theme. I mean, I guess she's kind of dressed like an Imperial, maybe, so it kind of works. But really, this is to put on Third Sister. Because, again, we want the huge Third Sister swing. We want her to make sure that she can get in, hit base where she needs to hit base. Academy training, just simple +2/+2. Yeah, all these stormtroopers, they had to go through that academy. Like, you want to be a stormtrooper, you go to the academy, and you're going to be a real good stormtrooper. So, yeah, of course that's in here. Death Star plans. God, I love this card so much. Oh my goodness, I love the Death Star plans. If you can time your hidden nonsense right, you might be able to get Death Star plans on a hidden unit, or just lane dodge, play it on whatever unit people aren't able to deal with, put it behind a Sentinel, so the Sentinel unit is not the one with the Death Star plans. I love this card so much. It just creates fun situations in a multiplayer game. When attached unit is attacked, the attacking player takes control of this upgrade and attaches it to a unit they control. Attached unit gains the first unit you play each round costs 2 less. It's awesome. Of course, it encourages people to kill your things, or at the very least, attack them and steal the Death Star plans for themselves. But they can't generally play that unit the same turn they attack. So it just becomes a fun game of like, oh, let's all get the Death Star plans. But yeah, we're playing Imperials. The big bad Imperial himself, Vader, is in the background. So of course we gotta have the Death Star plans. Sudden Ferocity. Hey, look, it's GI with his weird rotating lightsaber. Plotted out. +3/+0. Okay, this is one we love to stick on Third Sister. Again, if we're saving her for later, if it's one of those kinds of games, being able to hit for 8 with Third Sister is pretty cool. And Craving Power. Man, how many of us thought this card was bad at first, and then it turned out, no, Craving Power is still really good, even if it's not exactly Overwhelming Barrage. 5-cost upgrade attached to a friendly unit. When played, deal damage to an enemy unit equal to attached unit's power. Like, the dream is to put it on Third Sister and then just like clear away a Sentinel. That's a problem. But there's so many circumstances where this is useful in making your guys bigger and then killing something else. Awesome. So that's our deck. Ariva runs through it. What do y'all think? Do you want to build this? Have you built something similar? I think it's good to go back and revisit older leaders periodically. I mean, yeah, like I'm super excited about building a Lando deck with Lawless stuff. I'm super excited about that new Jabba. But I also think it's like they just keep giving us like more Imperials, more Rebels, more Underworld, like all these old leaders that care about these traits, like they're just going to get better. And being that we're playing an Eternal format, we get to use all of those. Oh my goodness. Real quick, before we start wrapping up, did y'all know that Force Table does Twin Suns stuff now if you're a Patreon supporter? Oh my gosh. So Force Table is an unofficial fan-run website, not affiliated with Fantasy Flight, all that stuff, yada, 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 that lets you play decks against a bot that doesn't necessarily make the best decisions all the time. But if you are able to cream the bot, you at least know that you've got something good going on. And for so many of these games, for so many of these decks that I've made, I have goldfished like 3 decks at a time, which is super time consuming, especially if I'm just trying to figure out how well my curve works, how will this go into some sort of situation on the other side. And it's really cool that now we can do like a one-on-one kind of gold fishing thing. So if you are into doing this sort of thing with your own stuff, then this is a cool way to see, is the deck that I made any good? Is it not? What should I be resourcing? Am I like, is this a good decision? Is this a bad decision? Is this a good card? Whatever. In any case, yeah, I think that's going to do it for me. We've got some more cool stuff on the horizon because, of course, I always have more stuff that I want to do, and it's just a matter of making sure I have enough time to do it. So still working on my Chancellor Palpatine starter deck, Twin Suns deck. That one's a tough one. He's a weird leader, obviously using something that's super keyword specific, like plot, when there aren't really that many plots to stick in an 80 card deck is challenging, but you know, we're trying to make it work. I'm working on the Padme one. I'm still working on Jar Jar. Like I said, if you know, you know, and if you don't, well, hopefully it'll be out soon. That one's going to require some more editing. Thank you so much to everybody that's been watching these, liking, subscribing. I love it. Can't wait to do more. And until I do more, let's do this again next time.